Welcome to physics class. Okay, and today I am going to teach you measurement of area. In my previous class I have taught you the measurement of temperature, how to measure the temperature, what were the instruments which are used to measure the temperature. Okay, today we are going to learn about the measurement of area. Okay, what is area, what is SI unit of area. Okay, and then we will also learn how to find the area of regular shape by using the graph paper. Okay, and we will also find the area of regular shapes by using formula, and how to find the area of irregular shapes. Okay, so now let's start. Measurement of area. Measurement of area. Now what is this area? First we have to know that what is area. First we have to know that what is area. When we will know the area, then we will learn what is needed to measure the area, what is the SI unit of area. Okay, so what is area? Okay, the amount of surface covered by a closed shape is called area. The amount of surface, okay, covered by a closed shape is called area. Whatever the amount of surface, okay, an object is covering is called area. Okay, now SI unit of area is meter square. Okay, what is the SI unit of area? Meter square. Okay, and to find the area of smaller object, okay, what we will use? We will use smaller unit like centimeter square and all. What is the SI unit of area? SI unit of area is meter square. Okay, and what is the symbol we write? Now see here, SI unit of area. What it is? It is meter square. What is the symbol? M. M means meter. This is square. Okay, 2 means square. This is the power. So meter square. Okay, to find the area of smaller, to find the smaller area, we will use smaller unit. Okay, if we want to find the area of a piece of paper, so what we will use? We will use a smaller unit. Okay, because the paper is not of length 1 meter, 1 kilometer and all. The paper area will be smaller. The area of piece of paper will be small. Okay, so we will use smaller unit. So what we will use smaller unit, that is centimeter square. cm square. Okay, this is cm means centimeter, 2 which is the power is square, the centimeter square. And to find the area, to find the larger area, if you want to find the larger area, so we will use the larger unit. Okay, if you want to find the area between the two cities, so what we will use, which unit we will use? We will use kilometer. Okay, kilometer. And what is we will use? What we will use? We will use kilometer square. Okay, and what is the symbol? km. Okay, square, kilometer square. So to find the area of, what is, to find the larger area, we will use larger unit, kilometer square. This is meter square, this one is centimeter square, this one is kilometer square. Now there is a relationship between other units and SI unit. Now let's see the relationship between the other units and SI unit. Okay, now let's see the relationship. Okay, relationship. Okay, now how to find this relationship? 1 centimeter square. We are going to relate 1 centimeter square equals to how much meter square. Okay, so this is 1 centimeter square. Centimeter square means there are 2 centimeters. Okay, this is the power. It is written in the form of power. It is written in the form of power. Centimeter square. 1 centimeter square. So we can write this 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. Okay, we can write this into 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. This 1 centimeter square we have written as in the form of 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. Now see here, this centimeter we are going to convert into meter. Okay, so to convert centimeter into meter, what we have to do? We have to divide by 100. Okay, because 1 meter is equals to 100 centimeter. Okay, and 1 centimeter is equals to 1 by 100 meter. Okay, so now we write here 1 by 100 meter into 1 by 100 meter. Okay, we have written this. Now see here, you write here 1 the 1, 100 into 100, what will be there? 10,000. Okay, how much it will be? 100 into 100, 10,000. Okay, see here, 20, and meter into meter will be what? Meter square. What it will be? It will be meter square. square. Okay, because here 1 power is there, 1 power. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Okay, from where this 2 came? Because this meter power, this m power is what? 1. This power is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. We don't write 1. Okay, we don't write 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Now, what we have to do? We will do in decimal. We will convert this fraction into decimal. And you know how to convert. We have already done decimal in class 5. Okay, so how many 0 is there? 4 0. So, and it is dividing. So, which side will move? We will move to left hand side and we will jump how much? We will jump 4 times. Okay. 1, okay, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, meter square. Okay, so 1 centimeter square is equals to how much? 0.0001 meter square. Okay, so this is the relationship between centimeter square and meter square. This is the SI unit. Okay, this meter square is the SI unit of area. Okay, so 1 centimeter square is equals to 0.0001 meter square. Now let's see the relationship between 1 kilometer square equals to how much meter square. Okay, now see here, 1 kilometer square. Okay, so 1 kilometer square we can write 1 kilometer into 1 kilometer. Okay, this one is meter square. I have written separately 1 kilometer into 1 kilometer. Okay, now what we have to do? We have to convert this kilometer into meter. So 1 kilometer is equals to how much? 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. Okay, 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. So what we will do to convert? This one is a bigger unit, this one is a small unit. Meter is a small unit. So to convert the bigger to smaller, what we will do? We have to multiply. So 1 into 1000. Done. Okay, 1000 meter. Okay, now this one is also multiplying. 1 into 1000 meter. So 1 into 1000 is 1000, 1000. Okay, and 1 into 1000 is 1000 meter. Okay, now what we will do? See, 30. You know this. You know that symbol by multiplication when we are multiplying with that 0 1. So what we will do? 1000 into 1000 is 30 plus 6 zeros are there. We will write here 6 zeros. Okay, and meter into meter is meter square. Here also 1 power is there, 1 plus 1 is 2. And let's put the comma. Okay, so 1 kilometer square is equals to how much? 10 lakh meter square. Okay, we can write this even in international system. Okay, we'll answer is same. Just we'll place the comma according to international system. 3 and 3 and 3 meter square. So 1 kilometer is equals to how much it is? 1 million meter square. See, ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions. So 1 million meter square. Or if you want to say in the Indian system, so it will be 10 lakh meter square, and in international system it will be 1 million meter square. Okay, and 1 hectare is equals to 10,000 meter square. Okay, we even use hectare for larger area. Okay, so 1 hectare is equals to 10,000 meters. Okay, so this was the relationship between the other units and SI unit. Okay, SI unit of area is meter square. Now let's find the area of regular shape. Okay, by using square centimeter degree. Okay, this is the graph paper. By using the graph paper also we can find the area of regular shape. Regular shape means it should be rectangle, square and all. Okay, now let's do. Now our next topic is that measuring a regular object. Okay, using graph paper. I have made a rough diagram of graph paper. Okay, I have made rough diagram. Okay, just to show you how to find. Okay, the measurement of regular object by using graph paper. Okay, and in this graph paper, okay, square centimeter grid. Okay, one square centimeter grid is made up of square of 1 centimeter. Square centimeter grid is made up of side of 1 centimeter. Now to find the area of regular object, okay, we use square centimeter grid, okay, and square centimeter grid is made up of 1 centimeter side. Side is what? 1 centimeter is made up of side 1 centimeter, okay, and it has area of 1 centimeter square. Square grid is a graph paper, okay, this is the graph paper which I have done roughly. I have made it roughly. I have made a rough drawing, okay, of graph paper. It is made up of square grids and the side is a 1 centimeter, and what is the area? 1 centimeter square. Now for example, take one box, one square box, okay, I have taken one square box, and what it is said that it is made up of 1 centimeter side. Side is how much? 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, 1 centimeter, okay, and what they are saying that each box is of 1 centimeter square area. Area is how much? 1 centimeter square. So how is 1 centimeter square? So see here, okay, what is side? Side is 1 centimeter, and why I have written 1 here also, 1 here also? Because it is a square box, okay, and you know that in square all the sides are equal. So if it is 1 centimeter, so this will be also 1 centimeter, this will be also 1 centimeter, and this will be also 1 centimeter. So what we have to find? We have to find the area, and we know the area of square is what? Area of square. Area of square is equals to side into side. And what is the side? 1 centimeter into 1 centimeter. What is the side? 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter into centimeter will be centimeter square. So this power 1, this power 1 get added up when it get multiplied. Okay. So what is the area? A 1 square box, 1 centimeter square. So you have understood? Okay. Now a graph paper is most commonly, okay, used form of a square centimeter grid. Now how to use this graph paper to find the area of regular object? What you will do? Okay, you will take any object which has the regular shape. Okay, it can be a rectangle shape, square shape, and all. Okay. For example, okay, I'll show you how to find the area of this book. Okay, I have this book. Okay, so what you will do? You will keep it on the graph paper. So I have kept here, see here, I have kept this here. Now what you will do? You will make the lining. Okay, now see here, I will make the lining. I will trace it. Okay, then I will remove this. Okay, so up to how much it came? See up to this. Okay, now see here, how many boxes are there? The area of regular object. Okay, and I have taken the example book to show you, and the book has which shape? It has rectangle shape. Okay, it has rectangle shape. Okay, I have kept that book on this graph paper. Okay, I have kept that book on this graph paper. Now what I will do? How to find the area? Now it has become very easy. After tracing it, you count the number of boxes, and one box has the area of 1 centimeter square. So how many boxes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how many boxes are there? 9 boxes. That means one box is 1 centimeter square. One box area is 1 centimeter square. So 9 boxes area will be what? 9 centimeter square. What will be the area of 9 boxes? 9 centimeter square. So it has become easy. It has become easy. So what is the area? Is equals to how much? 1 centimeter square. 1 centimeter square into 9. Okay. How many boxes are there? 9. So 1 9 is 9 centimeter square. What is the area? Area of the book which I have traced on this graph paper? 9 centimeter square. Okay. Because one box area is 1 centimeter square. To find the area of regular object by using this graph paper. Okay. We'll just count the, you keep any object of regular shape on the graph paper, you trace it. Okay, the outline you trace it, and after tracing it, you count the number of small square boxes. Okay, that means you will get the area of that particular regular object. Okay, you will get the area of that regular object. Okay, so in this way you will find. Okay, now how to find the area of regular shapes by using formula. Just now we have used the graph paper, okay, to find the area of regular object of regular shape. Okay, now there is also formula. Okay, if we don't use the graph paper, okay, every time we don't use graph paper, so we can use formula to find the area of regular object. Okay, so regular objects are square, rectangle, triangle, circles. Okay, can be calculated by using formula. Now let's see what are the formulas of this regular shapes. Okay, number one, square. We have to find the area of square. It's very easy. Okay, this is square. Okay, this is square shape I have drawn here. And in square, you know that all the sides are equal. All the sides are equal. Okay, you can take this side or you can take this as length. Okay, length or you can take as side. Okay, so what it is? You can take length or you can take side. Okay, I am taking here side. Okay, this is also side. This is also side. Okay, so what is the area of the square? Area of square is equals to, so what is the area of square? Area of square is equals to, so area of square is equals to side into side. Okay, what is the area? Side into side. You can take this as length or you can take this as side also. So in square we know that all the sides are equal. So whatever the side will be given of this will be same for this, same for this and same for this, as all the sides are equal. Okay, now for example, okay, I will show you how to find the area of a square by using the formula. Okay, now for example, side is given. Side is given 3 centimeter. Okay, we have to find the area of square. So to find the area of square, what we have to do? We have to multiply side into side. Okay, that means 3 centimeter into 3 centimeter. Okay, so 3 3s are 9 centimeter into centimeter is centimeter square. This is the unit. Okay, this is the unit. This is compulsory. You have to write this. Okay, so I am giving you the example. If side will be given, how you will find the area of the square by using formula. Okay, now let's see how to find the area of rectangle by using formula. Okay, now let's see how to find the area of rectangle. Okay, I have made a rectangle shape. Okay, I have made. Okay, now in rectangle we know that, okay, opposite sides are equal. These two sides are equal and these two sides are equal. Opposite sides are equal in rectangle. Okay, this one is length. What is this? This one is length and this one is breadth. What it is? Breadth. This one is breadth. Okay, so this one is length. So what will be this? Same will be this, because opposite sides are equal. And what will be the breadth? Same will be this side breadth. Opposite sides are equal. Okay, and what is the formula to find the area of rectangle? Area of rectangle is equals to length into breadth. Is equals to length into breadth. Is equals to length into breadth. Okay, this one is length, this one is breadth. Okay, whatever the length will be given, breadth will be given, we will multiply. Now for example, let's see here also example. For example, okay, length is given 5 centimeter. Okay, length is how much? 5 centimeter and breadth is how much? 3 centimeter. Okay, breadth is how much? 3 centimeter. We have to find the area of rectangle. We find area of rectangle. Okay, area of rectangle is equals to length into breadth. Okay, and now what is length? Length is 5 centimeter. And what is breadth? 3 centimeter. 3 centimeter. Now what we will do? 5 3 is 15 centimeter into centimeter, centimeter square. So this is the area of rectangle. Okay, length is given, breadth is given. We have to find the area. So area is equal to length into breadth. So 5 into 3 is 15 centimeter to centimeter, centimeter find the area of regular object by using formula. There is also formula for triangle, circle also. Okay. So here I have shown you how to find the area of square and rectangle. Okay, these are the regular shapes and we find the area by using formula. Okay. Now let's do the other topic.
Area of irregular shapes. Now we are going to find the area of irregular shapes. Okay, for example, palm, leaf, they do not have fixed dimension. Do they have fixed length and breadth? No. Okay, and they do not have fixed dimension, so we do not have standard formula for calculating their areas. As they do not have fixed dimension, so we do not have any standard formula for calculating their areas. Okay, so a convenient way to find the approximate area of an irregular shape is calculated by using graph paper. Okay, by using that square centimeter grid. Okay, a graph paper is the most commonly used form of a square centimeter grid. We use this graph paper to find the area of regular objects, and we also use this to find the area of irregular objects. To find the area of regular shapes, we even have formula. We use standard formula to find the area of regular shapes. But to find the area of irregular shapes, there is no standard formula for calculating their areas. So, we will use square centimeter grid to find the area. Now, let's find the area of palm, which is irregular shape. Palm do not have fixed shape. Okay, it do not have fixed dimensions. So, how to find? What you will do? You will place your palm on the graph paper, and what you will do? You will trace the outline with a pencil. There will be some complete squares and some incomplete squares. Okay, within the outline. You can see, okay, that some squares are complete and some squares are incomplete. Okay, the outline which you have made, within that some squares are complete and some squares are incomplete. Now what you will do? You will count the number of complete squares and mark this with a pencil with tick marks. Okay, the box which are full, you will mark it with tick marks. Okay, and then what you will do? You will count the number of incomplete squares that are more than half. Okay, after counting the full box, you will count the box which are more than half. Okay, inside the shape, and mark this with a pencil with cross marks, and the box which are more than half, you will mark it with cross, and the box that are half, you will count that also. Okay, you will count the full box, you will count the box which is more than half. Okay, and even you will count the box which is half. If you will see two box, okay, which is half, you will count it one. Two half boxes you will count as one. Okay, and you will ignore the squares that are less than half within the outline, whatever the outline is there. Okay, and which are less than half, so you will not count that. Which boxes you will count? You will count the full box. Full box is equals to 1. Okay, then you will count the boxes which are more than half. You will also take as that 1. Okay, and then you will count the box which are half. When you will see two half boxes, what I said, you will take as 1. Okay, and you will ignore the boxes which are less than half. Okay, then what you will do? You will add all the number of squares and you will get the approximate area. Okay, you will not get exact area, but you will get approximately, you will get the area. Okay, you will get the value, okay, somewhat close to an exact value. Okay, you will not get exact one, but you will get the approximate area. Okay, approximate means you will get somewhat close to an exact value. Understood? Now our next topic is approximation. Now what is this approximation? Okay, an approximation is the act of finding a number acceptably close to an exact value. Okay, this number is called an approximation or approximate value. So while finding whatever we are finding answers and all, okay, So when we do not get exact value, when we say approximate, like in the graph I said that we will get approximate area, that means we are getting the area close to an exact value. Okay, this number will be close to exact value. It will not exact answer, but it will be somewhat close, okay, to that. So we call that approximation or approximate value. We can get approximate values by rounding off the measured values. Now you know the rounding off. We have done round off in class 5 also. Okay, when we round off, we do not get exact, but we get close to it. Okay, when it is 23, when we round off to the nearest tens place, so what it will become? It will become 20. Okay, so we can get approximate value by rounding of the measured values. Rounding is a method in which the number of digits is reduced in order to simplify the calculation, as round off numbers are easy to use and remember. Okay, round off numbers are easy to use and easy to remember, and you know the method. Okay, this method is used when we do not need an exact value but an approximate result. Okay, we use this method when we do not need exact value we don't want, but an approximate result we want. Okay, approximate result, somewhat close to an exact value. Okay, now what are the examples? If we buy a pair of shoes for rupees 299, okay, then we may say that the price is approximately 300. When we buy any product, okay, and when it cost is 99, then we say that it is approximately 100. Okay, we don't say no 99, we say that yes, approximately 100 rupees. Same way, if we buy a pair of shoe and which cost rupees 299, so what we say, that the price of the shoe is approximately 300. Okay, it is somewhat close to 299. 300 is close to 299. Okay, so it is not exact value 300, but it is somewhat close to 299, so it is approximately 300. If the bus takes 65 minutes to reach a destination, so we may say the journey is approximately 1 hour long. Okay, we don't say no, it took 65 minutes. We don't say that it took 60 minutes, again 5 minutes. We can say approximately it took 1 hour to reach the destination. Okay, so 1 hour is the approximation for 65 minutes. Okay, now the third example is that if the length of a rope is 44.5 centimeter, we may say that the length is about 45 centimeter. Okay, here the length is what? 44.5 centimeter, but approximately we can say 45, because when we will round up this 44.5, we will get 45. So we can say approximately 45 centimeter. Now next topic is need for accuracy. Okay, now every time approximation will not work. Okay, so in some situation absolute accuracy is required. Okay, in the measurement of physical quantities. What I said, every time approximation will not work. Like yes, somewhat close to this. Okay, somewhere in some situation we need absolute accuracy. Okay, for the measurement of physical quantities, like while preparing and giving medicines. So here approximation cannot be made. Okay, while giving medicine or while preparing medicine, can we assume that we will give this much medicine or this much of the material we will put? We cannot do here approximation and all. Okay, here we need the accurate, here we need the absolute accuracy, here we need the exact value. Okay, while preparing medicine or while giving the medicine. Okay, now number 2 is while measuring gold and silver in jewelry shops. Now when you go to the jewelry shop, do the jeweler assume and they give, oh, take this much of gold, it is approximately this much of grams and all? They don't do. They measure it exactly and they give us. Okay, and we will also not take until and unless he or she do not measure it. Okay, we will not take. So while measuring gold and silver in jewelry shop also, absolute accuracy is required. Okay, and the last one is while measuring the starting time and finishing time in a race. So while measuring the starting time and finishing time in a race, in this also we need absolute accuracy. Okay, exact value is needed. Okay, so with this I've completed chapter number 2, physical quantities and measurement. So in my next class I will give you the answers of exercises. Okay, till then read the chapter 2. Okay, understood? You will read, okay, at home. Thank you.